Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX and I'm Megha Sharma. Dalal Street has given a resounding thumbs up to the interim budget. The sentiment in the Indian stock market is robust. Nifty hit a record high of 22,126.80 points today. Sensex also gained 440.33 points. The Finance Ministry's tight lid on the subsidies and its focus on structural reforms has kept the domestic equities buoyed. Let's start this conversation. Dr. Sharad Kohli on the telecast with me. Dr. Kohli, you know, a big resounding success is what it converts to, keeping in mind that Sensex and Nifty have shown increase, they have scaled up, and Nifty in fact at a record high that was recorded earlier in the day today.
And good evening to all the NewsX viewers. You know, incidentally, I was watching the markets very closely when the budget announcements were going on, and you know, it so happened that you know, it always takes a while for the market operators to absorb the announcements of budget. So I remember saying this on one of the digital platforms yesterday, that because yesterday when the market was reacting negatively for a short while and not too far deep into negative, so I said that I thought the market is going to understand this budget, these announcements, it is gradually going to get into their skin, and then will come the positive reaction. So there were a lot of reasons. There were some global cues also, because there was some initial knee-jerk about the American Fed caution given. But then finally, I think the market operators believe that the Fed rates will ultimately, they will have to be doing a soft landing, they will have to come down. But as far as the Indian cues are concerned, you know, with such a growth-oriented budget, such a vision-oriented budget, a budget which shows you direction up to 2047 for the Amrit Kal, a budget that shows you that India is heading towards becoming a developed economy, a Viksit Bharat. I think it was only natural for the market to react. And if you ask me, the biggest takeaway is, Megha, which the market has absorbed, because I follow the markets very closely. In fact, I do a market analysis also on and off, fundamental analysis, not technical, but I do fundamental analysis. Main reason was fiscal consolidation. I think that anybody who understands country's balance sheet would appreciate the importance of fiscal consolidation, with a target of 5.1% in FY25 and 4.5% in FY26. I think can bring cheer to any investor. One, middle class housing. You know, that was always missing. Middle class used to grumble about the fact that we are the ones who are ignored. You know, it's either the elite who take the benefit or the poor who take the benefit. About 45 to 50 crore Indian middle class. I think they have something in hand. And another big takeaway, Megha, the capex, 11,101 crore. The capex Sagan, I call it. The figure looks like Sagan. You put that in the envelope. You know, when you go to somebody's wedding or some function, that 11,1. I think that, in the situation where this was an interim budget, and in a situation where the government is striving to keep the fiscal deficit within limits, I think this is a big announcement. So there is no looking back. And I must tell you that a single rupee spent on capex has got an 8 to 10 multiplier effect, whether it is large industries, MSMEs, poor, middle class, any infrastructure drawn can have a magical effect on the economy. So I think all these combined, there were the host of announcements, you know, from Lakhpati Behena to so many things, you know, Lakhpati Didi to so many things. I think, but the biggest takeaways are these. Railways, another focus area, and all these announcements are ultimately going to percolate into benefits for the industry. And stock market is about industry. Stock market is about investment. So I think the investors, the traders, the market operators, as they gradually understand the meaning of this, and this is also this is a precursor, Megha, to the July budget which is going to come. I have no doubt that the government is going to come back thanks to a very fragmented opposition. I mean, the India disintegrating into something. I think anybody can guess that what is going to happen in April, May. So I think government is so confident that the bigger announcements are going to come in the month of July. I think so. This is just a precursor for me. And a lot more to come. The last line of budget speech, Megha, should have been, "Picture abhi baki hai mere dost."
Okay, absolutely right. I'm going to again come back to Sharad Kohli, and you know, there is not just domestic infrastructure that has been the focus area of the government of India. The eye is on the global investor. When the finance minister speaks about the IMEC project, when the finance minister speaks about the GIFT City, when the finance minister is talking about ports connectivity, ports development, infrastructure development vis-a-vis maritime connectivity that India needs to create. So this is a message to the domestic players, to the industry, and they are satisfied, they are rest assured that listen, there is going to be infrastructure. Yes, you require the roads, you require the rail, you require the air connectivity, and you also require the port connectivity, and that is then going to attract maximum investment into the country.
Well, exactly, Megha. I think international aspect of the development is always in focus, because we are, after all, talking of investment. So we need to show to the world that we are not just growing internally. We are very well connected to the world. Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam was the nara given by the Prime Minister, that the world is one family, and we have to integrate with them through development, through culture, through other things. But a very pertinent point, Megha, which I wanted to make is that you've taken this discussion forward today by way of stock markets. You're trying to integrate stock market movements, and I personally feel that growth of the country, the vision of the country, the progress of the country is far more stronger, is far more solid than the stock market movements. You know, stock market, because as I said, I am a very close market analyst as well. So tomorrow, Houthis fire a couple of extra missiles in the Red Sea, and you might see market crashing. So in the short term, Megha, markets may not necessarily be indicator of country's growth. In the short term, I'm putting it in inverted commas. In the long term, yes. But in the short term, markets do react to international factors. Market do react to geopolitical factors. Market do react to odd corporate results. Market do react to international stock market. So therefore, whereas market one day movement is good, I appreciate it. But tomorrow, we are doing the show today, and this goes on YouTube, it's going to remain there. And tomorrow market falls, or day after market falls, and somebody say, there goes the growth. No, that's not the case. Growth is very solid. Growth is on a very strong platform, and we cannot rate our growth by movements of stock market. I just wanted to, with your permission and the due pardon, I just wanted to make this very clear. Well, coming back to your point, well, I think the international infrastructure in India, whether it's IMEC or whether it's GIFT City, I think that is what is attracting investors here. The investors now know, after the G20 Megha, I think the investors have appreciated the fact that India is very, very global in its approach. India just doesn't believe in uplifting its own people. India is very integrative in its approach. And the fifth factor of production, Megha, the digital, the four factors of production traditionally, which we've studied in our schools and colleges. This fifth dimension, which has been added to factors of production, which is the digital aspect. To my mind, India's GDP has now substantially grown, and a lot of role there is of the digital part, whether it is digital governance, whether it is fintech, whether it is digital compliance, whether it is anything related to digital. The way it is happening, it is causing a very silent revolution, and this revolution is giving us that bonus GDP, Megha. That's the point I wanted to make. I think our fintech has been, UPI has been inaugurated, or some kind of news I was reading. I'm sure Indian digital technology, Indian digital revolution is going to become a global revolution in the times to come, Megha.
Okay, all right. And it's already happening. There are a number of talks, there are a number of agreements that have happened, particularly when we take a look at Tesla, we take a look at Elon Musk. We have a number of these Apple plants that have been set up in Tamil Nadu, in Karnataka. We have the semiconductor plants and Vedanta, and a number of Foxconn deals that have been cracked. So moving in the right direction. We have the evidences, the proofs to put this statement in credibility. Quickly then, Dr. Kohli, again, the question I'm going to ask, because we're talking about economics, we're talking about how the India economic growth story is moving forward. But I want to take a political turn and say, has has the Modi government done enough that it warrants it to win the 2024 election?
Megha, nobody can score perfect 10. I mean, if we say there's still challenges which our country faces, although we don't have any count of unemployment, but some kind of unemployment still exists. We can't say that all the entire lot of working force is today employed and satisfactorily so. That's not the case. Inequalities of income and wealth still exist. Agriculture sector is not entirely into profits. There are, those long and deep-rooted problems which plague the country, which have been there since independence. So, we can never say that they have done enough, but at least they are moving in the right direction. The intent is clear. The top brass of the government is corruption-free. I put in inverted commas the top brass because at the grassroots level, at the lower level, at the clerical level, at the lower level, I mean, you keep hearing about things here and there. So you can't say that enough has been done. But I think the people, the mandate, the electorate of the country has realized that this government has got fair and honest intent. The leader at the top is strong, powerful, and very resolute. He knows what to do. His brain and his action, they are related to each other. The people that work with him closely, those people have similar intent and they work as per his directions. He works selflessly. I think it is that is what matters, because people do understand that Rome wasn't built in a day. You can't, remove the problems of this country overnight. I think what took 65 years to probably get to worse cannot be set right in 10 years. At least give it 15, 20 years, because the problem, as I said, are very deep rooted. But then we are moving in the right direction, Megha, is what I wanted to say.
Absolutely. All right. On that note, I'm out of time, but I thank all of you for joining me on the telecast, and I'll slip into a short break. Thanks for watching.